Welcome back to Game Day Jays. I'm your host, Nick Jambrosic, and what a way to get back from a little vacation. Went up north, made 2-4 weekends, spent some time at the cottage, had a great time. And first full game of baseball when I'm back just happens to be this. And that was painful. At least it was quick. 2 hours, 20 minutes. Sometimes these games go by way too fast. But that was just not it, Jays fans. This team is, giving us glimpses of hope right now. Some of the guys, including the big guys, are starting to heat up, but it just was not the case tonight. Bats again went cold. But I got to give it up to Garrett Crochet. I mean, guy was dealing. That is a hard throwing lefty. And he had his stuff working tonight. I mean, a little bit wild, but I think that just plays into the effect. Look at what it did for Nolan Ryan. That guy was wild on the mound. And it's nice when you don't know where every single pitch is going to be. Yes, I love location. But he was just, he was great to watch. It just sucked he was on the other team. He's a big dude. I love the old school lefty leg kick, almost that straight leg, straight up in the air. He's just got an effortless delivery, and that ball creeps up on you. It's a hard fastball. Like, it is hard. It reminded me just the style of pitching, and based on kind of the numbers that we were seeing, a bit of Corbin Burns. He's throwing pretty much all his pitches at 91 to 99. And for a team that's struggling hitting off-speed pitches this year, he's throwing 92-mile-an-hour changeups. 92-mile-an-hour changeups. That's fucked. Like, I don't know how you hit that, and we proved we couldn't. So, one thing before I start, actually. All 5 runs for Chicago tonight were scored with 2 outs. 2 outs. It's tough. Let's start with the pitching tonight. Yusei Kikuchi. Guy's been dominant this year. I mean, we're not giving really any of our guys run support, especially him. He's throwing real good. His location was a lot better tonight. And the one thing that I was impressed with most was his changeup. I think he was locating and using that pitch very effectively. And it's nice to see him bring that into the arsenal a bit more this year and proving it to be more effective. So pitchers hitters at the plate aren't just on those 2 main pitches that he's throwing. So it gives them another thing to think about, which is good for him to use. I want to touch on the second inning a little bit because that's kind of where that first run started. So Ernie Clement, terrible throw. Like, dude, you had all the time in the world. And as a third baseman, that really should be your best arm in the infield. And you got to throw that as a strike. I'm not giving you all the blame because half of that does go to Justin Turner. You did throw it in the dirt, but man, was it a long hop. That hop came up to his chest. Turner has not been good at picking balls. I can't remember watching him pick one this year. So it's tough when Vladdy's not at first because he just really is one of the most elite defenders in the game. And Turner's, he's getting there. Hopefully he can pick the ball a little more, but he's not a guy that we're relying on in the field. And it was good to see him get a hit in today's game, breaking that 0 for 30 streak. But let's go back to that play. So Ernie, bad throw to Turner. Both of them just kind of botched that play. Got a guy on base. What did they do after? They laid down an effective bunt. I think Kikuchi had enough time to go to second, but I'm never complaining when a pitcher or any player gets a for sure out. Yes, he had, the guy was halfway to second when he had the ball in him. It's harder as a lefty because, it's turning your body more towards that base, so you might not get it as an effective throw, which is maybe why he was thinking just get the out at first base, let's get it going. But that got a runner in scoring position. Next at batter, I'm pretty sure it was the next at batter. Weak hit to left field. Davis Schneider. You're halfway in the outfield, which is pretty damn close. You got to throw that guy out at home plate. I've been seeing far too many throws, not just by us. Like, we've been pretty good all season defensively. I'm not going to, neglect that from the Jays. But just as a whole in the MLB, I've not been seeing a lot of great, throwing assists and throws from the outfield by a lot of players this year. And that was another one right there. Like, that is not a far throw. By the time that ball was released out of your hands, that guy was just touching third base. You're telling me you can't make an accurate throw to home plate from what? 150 feet? Isn't that much? That was just too easy of a play to make. We almost got the tag on him, but we got to throw that guy out. Like, that is a must, especially against a team like this. We can't go down 1-0 to the White Sox that early in the game. And what happened after that? That pitcher, Crochet, was just on cruise control. I just want to go through a bit more of Kikuchi's game. The next inning, he did bounce back. He had a 3-up, 3 down inning. Fourth inning, he was struggling with the walks a little bit. He had another walk that inning. Tough play from Ernie. Again, nice diving play. He had a bit of a high hop on him. Couldn't quite make that play, but we had more guys on. Kikuchi stayed solid there. That was good to see him grind through that inning. Got out of it, no runs. And then we get to the fifth inning. Through 4, he did look good. He looked real good. Fifth inning is when he started to, have the wheels fall off a little bit. Started losing that command. Really, the only thing that he could command that inning was his fastball. He wasn't able to throw that slider for strikes. He wasn't able to command that changeup, which was kind of weird, but that's just how baseball games go. Sometimes just out of nowhere, you got to adapt because certain things just stop working and you got to figure out how to find it back, make little tweaks. I thought his arm was dragging a little bit. They did say that through the broadcast, and he just wasn't following through on his pitches and delivering as, he should. But that's when he got too predictable. Because when you cannot command your off-speed pitches and really only throw your fastball for strikes, I'm sorry, any pitch in the zone that I know it's a fastball and I'm swinging. And that's just exactly what the White Sox did. He got another walk that inning. And then he just had these guys sitting fastballs. They tattooed it, or Jimenez tattooed that ball to the wall for a double. Ended up getting a big strikeout next at bat for 2 out, and then gave up a 2-run single. They were just sitting fastballs in that zone, but luckily that second one didn't produce any runs. Just the way she goes. After that, 6th inning, good bounce back, another 1-2-3 inning. And then we got to see Zach Pop again. Zach has been extremely effective this year. He got injured or was on the IL a little earlier on in the season, came back, and I think he's been one of the most effective arms in the Toronto pen. Last game, he had a bit of a hiccup, but other than that, he's been solid. Like, if we need ground balls to get out of the inning, that's pretty much, other than Jimmy, that's my go-to guy right now. That splitter low in the zone is just a ground ball machine. Gave up a single first at bat, but then went to that sinker, double play ball, third guy up, struck him out. He's been unreal. So let's see him keep that going. Then we had Trevor Richards coming in the 8th inning. Trevor's been solid. I think he's the most steady guy in the bullpen by a mile, by a long shot. His changeup this year is the best I have ever seen it, and I think he'll give anyone a run for their money in the entire league for best changeup. No, it's not a 92-mile-an-hour changeup. It's not a Paul Skeens 96-mile-an-hour changeup, but it's a Trevor Richards changeup that comes in anywhere from like 78 to 82 miles an hour, and it is nasty. It just falls off the planet, and gave up that first ground ball base hit, but after that, strikeout. And what do? We go to situational hitting, our situational matchups. And this is one thing that kind of drives me nuts. I get it. I like it. But at the same time, dude just got back-to-back strikeouts. I know they pinch hit for a lefty. And you got lefty, righty, lefty coming up. But our lefties in the pen have not been that effective. I know we're only down 3, but we can't go down more than that. Not against this team. Not when we're swinging the bats the way we are. Bring in Tim Meza. What does he do? Walks the first lefty. Righty comes up. Smokes it to the wall. Almost gives up a bomb. Another 2 runs come in. I get Richards has been getting a lot of work lately. But dude, that was his 4th batter of the inning. Coming off 2 strikeouts. You got to let him finish that inning. I'm sorry. Just don't really know what else to say after that. Lefties are struggling in the pen, and it sucks we only have 2 of them. Going to the 9th inning, the only pretty positive thing that we had all game was seeing Eric Swanson get some work without any real pressure. Down by 5 runs, had to work without having a sweat. So he was a little shaky still with control. I'm still not sold on him, but if we can get him back to, what he was last year, I'll take it. I'll take it 10 out of 10 times. 2 strikeouts and a pop-up, so it was good to see him get some nice quality outs and good effective work. But, we got to work on the offense, and let's talk about that because there is really not a lot to talk about. Crochet was perfect. I mean, perfect through 4 1/3. No hits, no walks. I think the guy was at like 50 pitches by then. The one thing that I did want to see is after 3 innings, 4th inning, top of the 4th comes up. We've gone through the lineup. 9 up, 9 down. Everyone's seen him. I wanted to see what kind of approach this team would make. Because anytime that happens, the whole lineup gets shut down and we can't even get a walk. Like, we can't even touch the base. Dude, do anything to throw this guy off his game. I don't care if you don't even get a hit off a bunt, throw a bunt down. Like, throw weird check swings at it, crowd the plate. Do something to just throw this guy off his game a little bit. Anything. Because he was cruising and we just didn't really do that. Bo Bichette came up, I think, like the second and third at bat, swinging at first pitches. The easiest outs of the game by far. Like, dude, make this guy work. Just see pitches. Take 2 strikes on you before you even take the bat off your shoulder. I know that's your game plan. I know you swing at first pitches a lot. And when it's working, which it did all last year. Last year, I didn't care at all. Swing at first pitch every single at bat. You were the man last year. You were getting hit after hit after hit, but you're struggling this year. That first pitch is not always going to be your best friend. And I know, it's like, whatever. Sometimes you just see that pitch and that might be the only good pitch to hit, so you got to swing at it. But take into consideration the game that we're playing on that specific day. I just really wanted a more patient approach, but the only 2 guys that really put some decent swings on the ball were Ernie and Danny Jansen. I think Ernie really was the only guy that got a hit. We got 2 hits all game. Justin Turner, like I said, broke that 0 for 30 streak, so hopefully he can get back at it. And Clement with that nice single the other way. Jansen did have that stupidly hard hit ball at the third baseman that was caught for an out. And we were swinging the bat okay tonight. I will say, we were swinging the bat okay. We were making some pretty decent contact, but every time we did make contact, it was literally right at the Chicago players. Center fielder got a ton of work tonight, and it's just one of those games where let's forget about it, think like a goldfish, move on to the next game, try to win a series. I was hoping for this series to be the first sweep of the year. Coming off 2 wins against Tampa, a win yesterday, it would have been nice to get 3 in a row, get something going, but this team just cannot seem to do that this year. And we really got to do something because we are going through probably the easiest stretch of the season. And we need to do some damage, at least get back up above 500 with maybe, hopefully, a few games cushion. Because after that, we have one hell of a schedule. So we got Chicago for the end of the homestand tomorrow. 7:07 start. Yusei Kikuchi bobblehead night. Get there early. First 15,000 fans. It sounds like a promo going on right now. Get a Kikuchi bobblehead. So we got to win that game tomorrow. That's an absolute must. Bassett's on the mound. Then we got 4 games in Detroit. Sadly, the Tigers are better than us, record-wise. They're, 3 games ahead of us? We're both below 500, so that's a good thing. We can beat this team. If we could take the game tomorrow against Chicago and 3 out of 4 against Detroit. 4-game series are always tough to sweep, and not with this. Like, this team's just not capable of doing that right now. If they do, I'll be like over the moon about it. But if we could take 3 of 4, I want to see 3 of 4. That will be huge. Then we got the White Sox again back in their home park, and then following it up with Pittsburgh back at home. Hopefully that's a good series, because we will be displaying these brand new, hopefully not ugly, City Connect jerseys. That's coming up on a 7-game homestand. 3 against Pittsburgh. That's another team that's, below 500. we got to take that series, especially at home. Another 2 out of 3 there. That'll get us over 500. That'll get the ball rolling a little bit. Hopefully these bats wake up, give this team some confidence, because then we got an extremely tough 4-game series against the Baltimore Orioles. That's going to be a good test and series. We only had 2 against them last series with the rainout game. We did play 2 pretty good games against them. We should have won both of them. That came down to the 9th inning, walk-off bomb. We only got beat by that one player that entire series. The whole team did nothing except for Adley Rutschman. Let's feed off that going into that series. I know it's a little while away, but that would be huge. Hopefully, they're on a little bit of a 500 or a losing stretch, Baltimore. And then we got Oakland in Oakland for a 3-game series. They're the Oakland A's. We should take 2 or 3 there. After that is going to be a real test. If we don't give ourselves some breathing room, I think we can almost write the season off, because we're going to be coming up against the Brewers. They are freaking solid this year. Cleveland is hot as hell. Boston, better than people thought they were going to be this year. They're better than us. Middle of the pack in the AL East. They're playing some good baseball. Cleveland again. Boston again. 4 games against the Yankees. That is an extremely tough month of baseball in June. So we got to start doing some damage. This team knows that baseball's coming up. So, I mean, I really don't know what to say with these guys right now. I'm kind of sick and tired of seeing this lineup shift so much. We find a lineup that works, and then Schneider's just like, yeah, out the window. Let's go back to situational and matchups and all lefties in. So let's not put the lefties in the top of the order. Like, dude, it was working. Who cares? Varsho is hitting like 280 against lefties this year. Why is that even a thing? Like, keep the lineup the same. Stop switching things up. When something's working, stick with it. Let these guys grind. I still like how they got Bo hitting, 4th and 5th. Turner's going to start to heat back up again. This is just a bit of a slouch. He's a better hitter than that. And I was reading some articles like, oh, is Turner a wash already? We spent all this money for a guy and he's a dud now. Does anyone hit for 162 games consistently? No. He got the monkey off his back getting that 0-for-30 streak broken. He's going to start to turn things around. We had those core guys start to hit again. Bo's been having some 3-for-3, 4-for-4 games. Vladdy's been getting 2-3 hits a game. So they're starting to swing the bat better. Let's not think about tonight. Let's think about where we're going. Those 3 guys right there are what we need. I heard them talking with Springer on the bench today. They said he's close. And he does look a little closer. So hopefully he gets that bat heated up a little bit. And then we got 4 of our core guys starting to hit the ball again. Danny Jansen, tearing the cover off baseballs. Not worried about him at all. Davis Schneider, he's going to be good still. Ernie Clement, I mean, you're going to be fighting with your position if you keep making stupid plays like that on defense, but you're still swinging a good bat. You're a good contact hitter. You don't strike out that often, so it's good to see him still in the lineup. But yeah, we just got to grind. Keep it going, and let's win a series tomorrow. That's first and foremost. Let's win the series. Like I said, we got Bassett on the mound tomorrow. We're gonna end things off just like that. Gave you a little insider kind of going towards the next month of baseball, but I'm not worried, but I'm worried. So let's get the series dub. Get your bobbleheads. And let's get back on track. We need to win some ball games, and we need to win them now. Thank you again for watching. If you do enjoy the content, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about it, and let's talk some baseball. Thank you again for watching, and we will see you after the game tomorrow night. Have a good one, guys.